Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the.
Hey, no good. Hey,
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It is time to bleed. Dwayne Jones. Shemaine Callahan. Alfred. What up, bro? What up? Adrian Vett. Simon Bridgman. Salute. Yes, sir. King Jr., the Brothers UK. What's the atmosphere like out there over AJ? No, I'm being serious. Are they weeping like someone died? Like the few of his fans that he does have try to convince us over here that it's like the worst thing in the world? Or is it just another day and there's a majority of people saying, yo, we told you so? What's the atmosphere like? I'm just curious. Because I can't find an AJ fan in America anymore. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. It's odd. It's eerily odd. It's crazy. Jose Diaz, Jason, OG Eric, what up? Love is the word. Good morning, sis. King Vonnie, Viva tu vida, what's good? Teddy Fresh, yo, what up? Bole, 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 bole. Tay, good morning, sis. Ooh, jumped on me crazy. Hold on. Let me go all the way back up. CV Sports. Brother Carl in the building. What up? Anwar Willis, the Sensei Stormy B-Man in the mother effing building. Thank you for holding me down. You did a wonderful job yesterday. That was an excellent live. Stephen Lamont. Thomas, what up, fam? Underground Asylum in the building. Kaz, what up? Big Texas. Kano Local Sports, my brother in the building. Ern Jordan. Jafar Cesar. Bruce Goes, the OGs in the building. Divine Sense. What's good? King Corleone, Dark King. Jay Grant, C Love. NBA D Nice, Rick Blackwell. Ghetto Life Boxing, the Expert Genius. Duke Todd, Cursor. One more week, mate. All right. Let me cut this camera on so I can see my ugly grill. Ricky Williams, Trick Nolte in the building. Let us, Big Chief Boxing, Bert, salute. Let us pray. No, F that. Let's not pray. Tania, what's good? Look. Kitty Peep, salute. Yo, look, man. We told you this day was coming. We did. FBA 7B1, salute. Big Block. If you go to my other videos, man, they going crazy. Show your boxing IQ, salute. And, you know, like I tell y'all all the time, well, I've said it in the past, I don't say it much, but Eric Jenkins, salute. Not everything requires a response. Just be quiet and watch everything unfold. If I responded to everyone that gloated when they really thought AJ was fighting Fury in Dubai, I'd be online 24 hours a day, going back and forth with a bunch of know-nothing haters. You don't like Deontay, you're not interested in the fairness of boxing, and all you cared about was gloating. Jelly Bean, Levon Down Gaither, salute. Kevin Dunbar. So why go back and forth with children? Jay Walk, salute. All you do is what? Let time reveal the truth. Yeah, Deontay lost, 7th round TKO. That happened. But what was the truth? Fury cheated. That came out. And y'all can be in denial all you want. What's the truth? He's in the red with Bob Arum. That happened. What's the truth? He spent all year trying to get out this damn fight. And now it's $80 million or retire. Marcellus, salute. Something like that, right? Ghost, Nazi, salute. Had to take this man to court for him to keep his words. Tab Investment, salute. And now he's kicking and screaming all the way to October 9th. Anthony Bolton, salute. Yeah, that's right, King Von. He cheated twice. That's the truth. So, in reference to the overall sport in boxing, the Devontae Moss, you know, how the way things been playing out in the whole sport, Deontay, when we've been talking about racism and everything, all of that has come out. Cheating, all of that has come out now. So there's nowhere to go. Jeffrey Lopez, salute. We've been right the whole time. We've been so right. Sean, what up? Jay, what up? That people in old media are literally jumping ship. They're not saying they haven't said I'm picking Deontay, but they're saying Fury don't look right, which is the same thing. Brown on Boxing, salute. Jay Relic. I'll say it again. They're not saying I'm picking Deontay. They're saying Fury don't look right. The writing's on the walls. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to go back and forth with these people. Just this morning, I got on my Instagram. I commented on my brother Blue Blood's post. He showed AJ getting manhandled by a smaller guy that's not a big puncher. And some, Captain Save-A-Smut jumps in my thing and, oh, he still got a better resume. Then I'm not having that discussion with anybody anymore. We already debunked that. AJ does not have a better resume. And you know what? Let's keep it a buck. If you don't have King Kong Ortiz on your resume, I'm not saying anything about your resume. Don't compare to Deontay Wilder's. How about that? That's the road I'm taking now. If you don't have King Kong Ortiz on your resume, I'm not paying your resume any mind in the heavyweight division. I'm not. That's the stance I'm taking now. D didn't have to fight him not one time. He fought him twice. Y'all remember when Ortiz was AJ's responsibility? And that's how we're bringing it up to the topic of today's show. Salute to my brother Anwar Willis in that super chat. He says, I want old media to tell AJ to step aside so we can get undisputed after October 9th. Hashtag keep that same energy. Bomb Squad. See you in Vegas. I agree. Now that I agree wholeheartedly. Now watch this. Dazzling Urbanite, salute, brother. This brings us to today's topic. G Brown, salute. Brent Fox. No doubt, family. I appreciate you. MP, what the fuck? What up? Yeah, that's right. Smash the like button. They don't like me. And that's cool. Specific volume in the building. Strong Armstrong, salute. The topic of today. I'm going to start off with this. Jay Good, salute. Justice for Mark Breland, right? Right? I don't know what he's doing now. Big homie, cool. Gerald Alexander, salute. I don't know what he's doing now, but he's not Sir Love-A-Lot. He's not doing anything right now. He's not training any fighters. I haven't seen him on any programs. The last program I saw him on, he was in the UK, bad-mouthing Deontay. That's okay. But justice for Mark Breland, right? Now, let me tell you how the universe works. He's unemployed. AJ just lost. The mystique as to why AJ was a better fighter. Hamza S, salute. McClain, salute. Levon Brooks, salute. Was that AJ was a better boxer than Deontay. Deontay's windmills and all he has is a right hand, and I'm so disgusted with Mark Breland because he's been with him all this time. Yeah, Trick, please do. I've been with him all this. He's been with him all this time, and you know I'm disgusted. These are the fans talking now. Don Shada, salute. These are the fans talking. Mark was such an excellent fighter, amateur career, and decent pro career. And I don't understand how could Deontay, he's coaching Deontay, and Deontay, all he has is this right hand. Remember that? Remember all of that conversation? Because we heard it for almost a decade. And I'm serious. Mark Booker, salute. I've read that and I've heard it. And eventually the loss happens. Some people say he got knocked out. No, he finished on his feet. But whatever. Let's stick to the facts. Deontay lost. 7th round TKO. We're going to stick to the facts now, right? We're going to stick to the facts. Remember I said that. We're going to stick to the facts. Okay, fine. But the mystique behind AJ is officially gone. Razor, salute. Mark Stern, salute. It's officially gone. The aura of invincibility is officially gone. The man can be beaten. We've seen it. We've seen it. Twice. Because we're sticking to the facts. We're not going to talk about anything else. We're going to stick to the facts, right? Andy Ruiz whooped that ass in Manhattan. Black Alpha, salute. Ivan, salute. He whooped his ass, bottom line. That's the facts. Saturday, he got his ass whooped again. He was in perfect health, no excuses. That happened. Where was all this boxing skill? All I saw was a man that was 6'6" that keeps his head in a straight line. He did some okay things in there, but not enough to win the fight. And Usyk landed at will. David Scott III, Jay Relic. Yep. Landed at will. And I said it on my live stream Saturday, and I'm going to reiterate it today. What if that was Ortiz? Southpaw, heavyweight. Which is why this is the road I'm taking. Since y'all want to talk about resume, I'm talking to the haters. Since y'all want to talk about resume, Asante El, salute, and everything else. If a heavyweight doesn't have King Kong Ortiz on their resume, I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. If you was a title holder, let me be clear. If you was top 5, let me be clear. I'm going to say, you're okay, but Ortiz was anytime anybody of those top 5 heavyweights fought, Ortiz was sitting at home like, hey, gay? He's right here, gay? No, Ortiz, gay? Phone call away. Y'all remember when Ortiz was AJ's mandatory? Y'all remember that? DP Rocker, salute. Y'all remember that? Eddie Hearn signed him to shelve him. And Saturday, you see why. You see why. Listen, I'm not here to lie on AJ. I'm here to reiterate what I've been saying for like the past 4 years, 3 or 4 years. He's okay, but he's not that good. We've seen him before. And as a matter of fact, to call him Frank Bruno 2.0 is an insult to Frank Bruno. At least Frank Bruno got in there with Mike Tyson 2 times. It ain't work out. But at least he did it. He got beat. AJ got beat by Fight Night Salute. AJ got beat by a guy he outweighed by 20 pounds and was bigger than by about 3 inches or so. He gave up his height and he fought the wrong fight. Brandon Curry, salute. He fought a bad fight. And I watched Dr. Professor, salute. And I watched McCracken. I watched his interview. Phenomenal Mexican in the building. Senior X, salute. I watched what McCracken had to say, and I'm just listening. Radio Raccoon asked him, what wrong in there? He just hot about night and 88 Sports Talk, salute. Hamza S. He said, "Oh, he just hot about night, Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to say, yo, no head movement, nothing." Shepherd King, salute. He just made it sound like they had a game plan and it didn't go his way. It's more than that, man. So, AB, salute. So McCracken's been there the whole time in AJ's career, right? Correct me if is that true? He's been there the whole time, right? He's been there the whole time, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I'm asking. He's been in a knockout boxing, salute. He's been there the whole time, right? The whole time. So here's my question. At this point, Dre Finest, Big Unc, salute. At this point, is it not time for AJ to make some changes in his camp? Jermaine Callahan, salute. Willie Beecham, salute. Isn't it time for him to make some changes? This is a fair question. Maybe you don't fire McCracken. Maybe you move his position and say, you know what, I love you, bro, but step over here and let me bring someone else in because you taking me this far, but I need to learn something different because nothing I did worked against Usyk. I was getting hit with so many lefts. I was begging for a right. So we got to add somebody. So who do you add? I say add Mark Breland. Here's why. And I can end the show on this, but I'm going to elaborate. Deontay Wilder, with those windmill punches and all this, that, and the third, he beat Ortiz twice, and Breland was there for both of them. So I can say Breland can teach you how to fight southpaws. Ryan Wright, salute. Box fan, salute. Hey, does that make sense? Deontay beat the most dangerous heavyweight, most dangerous southpaw heavyweight in the world in King Kong Ortiz. Hey, man, y'all have all this unconditional love for Mark Breland, right? Justice for Mark Breland. Who's that fool that calls up BFTB every now and again? Justice for Mark Breland. This is justice. Give him a job. Give him a job. Give the man some work. Give him a job. We're not even saying fire McCracken. Just add Breland to the camp. I know for a fact he can show you how to beat a southpaw, a bigger puncher. Where's the lie? Who's a bigger puncher, Usyk or Ortiz? It's Ortiz. And a man with less skill than AJ, a man that they say AJ dog walks and gets him out of there within 10 rounds. This is what they used to say about AJ. DJ Zion Love, salute. This is what they used to say in reference to AJ versus Wilder. AJ's better, makes more money, has more belts, accomplished more in less time, looks better in underwear. I swear to God, some of you guys are weird. Fine. Give the man some work now. He done came over to your shores and badmouthed Deontay. This is perfect. Justice for Mark Breland, right? This is justice. Get a brother some work. Dig? Give the man some work. I'm going to have a good workout today. I get on the treadmill and I just listen to the brothers cook on boxing, man. I love this sport, although the sport don't love us. Salute to my brother Jamel in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said AJ lost to an unknown, smaller guy coming off of a loss on short notice. True. And another small guy coming up in weight. You can miss me with AJ being elite. Thank you. And let's park there for it. I'm glad you brought that up. Did he not say that Deontay Wilder's not elite fairly recently, like a couple of months ago? Deontay is not elite. Bro, Deontay Wilder knocks out Usyk. It's no doubt in my mind. If I'm wrong, you're going to have to show me. Because this is boxing, but if I'm wrong, you're going to have to show me. And I know we don't normally do triangle theories, but you made Usyk look exceptionally well, AJ. Just like you made a 40-plus-year-old Vladimir Klitschko coming off a 2-year layoff look good. Remember we were saying, oh man, that was the best we ever seen Vladimir look. Why did he come out of retirement and try and get you rather than come out of retirement and try and get Deontay? I'm just asking. So he came out to try. The same reason why he was motivated to get the WBC title from Bermane Stiverne. But when D got it, all of a sudden he didn't want that title back in the family. Y'all remember that? Okay. But Ortiz ain't fighting nobody. Well, he fought Brian Jennings because Brian Jennings has cojones. So I'm asking the rest of the heavyweight division, how do y'all feel y'all let a small heavyweight in Brian Jennings step up and try to fight King Kong Ortiz? The rest of y'all out here looking stupid. Wavy A, what up? Brian Jennings gave Vladimir Klitschko all kinds of fits. And Brian Jennings looked better in a lot of spots against Klitschko than AJ did. Brian Jennings ain't get dropped. Go look at it. He was giving Klitschko fits. Now, Bryant lost, but at no point was he in trouble. When he fought Ortiz, he was in trouble. We're just sticking to the facts. Not the alleged stuff. Picasso, salute. Raymond Hughes, salute. Brian Jennings gave Vladimir all kinds of problems. Gave him all kinds of headache. Vladimir Klitschko could have fought Ortiz. Wonder why that ain't happened. Same reason, Dill Spoolie, salute. The same reason why he ain't fight Deontay. Come on, man. So now we don't do triangle theories. But now we're talking about top tier southpaws. And now, thanks to you, AJ, thanks to you, Usyk is going into history books. I don't care how you feel about him. And I ain't got no ill will towards Usyk. I like Usyk. And I said, man, I wonder how he's going to fare out. Because no one really cares about cruiserweight, but he did his thing there. And he, just like that, he comes up, third fight at heavyweight, and he beats you, AJ. Are you capable of making the proper adjustments? I think McCracken has taken you as far as he can take you. And it's all love to him, and it's not personal. You can have him remain in your camp, or you can move along and say, look, man, I need to learn new things to beat this guy. You had a whole camp to prepare for a southpaw, and you got hit every round with a left hand. What the hell? So based off of what I'm seeing, if you can't compete with a 6'3" boxer, what the hell was you going to do with a 6'4", 240-pound boxer puncher. Was Usyk walking you down? Bernard Max, salute. Boxing fan USPR, salute. Well, you know what? This would be sweet revenge. If Mark Breland got with AJ and AJ goes on a win streak, gets his belts back with Breland in his corner, we got a story. We got a story. I would say do it for the drama, but my question is, what can Mark Breland really bring to AJ's camp? Bro D, salute. And I'm making the case for Mark. This is justice for Mark Breland, right? I'm making the case. Deontay beat Luis King Kong Ortiz 2 times by knockout. Joe Gagliardi, salute. I'm making his case right now. Now here's what I'm saying. Nobody in the UK, no turncoat AJ fan here on this soil that really don't know ish about boxing. St. Louis Mix, salute. Don't argue with me. Shadow 979, salute, man. Where you been? Don't argue with me. Smash the like button. Don't argue with me. Gio James, salute. Don't argue with me. You can't. You cannot argue with me at all. I'm making the case, right? Tone Brown, salute. I'm making the case for Mark. I'm being fair, right? It's not like I'm wishing bad on him. I want him to go to AJ. Right? Right? Get him a payday. He need payday because he got it from D for about a good decade. No cap. He did. The troll killer, Mr. Shelton, in the building. Stamina Smurf, salute. And here's my case. He knows how to fight southpaws. He could train a heavyweight how to beat a southpaw because Deontay Wilder beat the most dangerous southpaw in the game. It's not Alexander Usyk. Derek Chisora did better, although he lost. He did better than AJ. Derek Chisora didn't almost get knocked out, man. AJ was in trouble like 3 times in that fight. AJ. On paper, AJ was supposed to wash this dude. The brother Blue Blood said he got AJ winning KO in 9. I picked Usyk, man. I said Usyk split decision. I hit up my brother Vasily. I said, your man Usyk gonna win split decision. He hit me back after the fight. He said, it's not really, I told him, I said, it's not really upset. He said, yeah, I agree. It's not an upset. I knew that. What we're finding out now, especially from people across the pond out of there, now they're coming out and saying, you know, AJ wasn't really that good. Guess what? You know, everything gets back to us. And I'm not, Rashad Livingston, salute, and I'm not going to say any names, but there are a lot of channels that we got blocked and a lot of troll channels that spent the better part of 3 years coconut gargling AJ. Talking about everything from his boxing skill to his perfect teeth to how he looks in his bikini briefs, to his legs, to I bet he looks like he could lay it down in the bedroom. These are men talking. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Anyone who's been around that long, I'm not kidding. We've read that. We've heard them say it. Yo, AJ really looks like he could lay it down in the bedroom. And I'm like, that's a man saying that? In a picture with his family. He just said he bet AJ could lay it down. Yo, listen, man. You know, certain people are weird, right? You know, there are certain people, that other culture, Joseph Townsend in the building, and that other culture that will pay you to watch you smash their wife. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. So, Shade Girl, salute. Rasul, salute. Yeah. So when I see an avatar and it's a picture of the happy family with him, his wife, and I'm assuming those are his kids. And then he says something like, Nitty G in the building, salute. Then he says something like, I bet AJ could really, he looks like he could lay it down in the bathroom, I mean, in the bedroom. I'm like, oh, you blocked that so hard. My thumb almost broke my phone. Tay Jones in the building. Yeah, phenomenal Mexican. They just call it UK humor. No, that's not UK humor. That's weird. And what do y'all know? Weird is code for Dave, salute. Oh, yeah? See, I'm not lying, B. I'm not lying. It's happened. It's happened. You see a lot of way when you bounce at these clubs, a lot of strange stuff. And it'd be a dude like, yeah, man, yo, you know, like they start talking to you. You're like, why is this dude? Yeah, this is my wife. Okay. Then they'll ask you. They slip you a business card. They want you to smash their wives in front of them. That's like a thing. Shut Up Abe says it's called cuck. I don't know what that is, bro. Chesmaine Swingers. Yeah, bro. That is strange. Landed the 216, salute. That's like a thing. So when I saw a lot of those dudes, like they hijacked the chat. Everything about him is better than, and when I hear it, I always hear a British accent. Everything about AJ is good, is better than Wilder. Yeah, Wilder has skinny legs and he throws windmill punches and his balty's not tight. He's too dark. And then someone threw in, yeah, you know, he really looks like he laid down in the bedroom. Yeah, he could look like he could tear something up. And for a whole page, they talking about that. And you're gonna tell me that's UK humor? No, dude. I assure you, I'm not looking. Oh man. Salute to Anton Richardson. Good morning and salute, big homie. Salute to you, fam. Much love and appreciation, man. And salute to Chesa, man. He out there. Shut Up A says, cuckold is the name for them. They go around asking, dude. Oh, that's the name for it? Now it has a name. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was, but I didn't know what the name was, but I know about that behavior is what I'm saying. That's crazy. For Pete's sake. Salute to the general. Oh, he know. He know. I didn't know the name of it, but I've been approached. I was like, wait a minute, what? You want me to what? No, thank you. They call cucks. They want to see black dudes with their wives. Yo, happened to me a few times. When you work at clubs and bars from 96th Street in downtown, anyone from New York know what I'm talking about. Why did I put emphasis on 96th Street in downtown? Those rich folks with bread, they'll offer you to do something strange for a piece of change. Yep, that's a real thing. That is a real thing. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I stopped working at a place because it was happening too much. Like I always getting approached. I'm like, whoa. This guy, what? So you look in these chats when we're trying to talk boxing and we're trying to make our case like, yo, this is why we think Deontay beats AJ. It would turn into that. It would turn into no because the lack of skill or whatever. And I don't mind having that conversation. Then it turns into his skinny legs. I'm like, what is your obsession with his legs? Then twerking. I'm like, all right, well, that was for his wife and he was goofing around with his family. Why are you focused on that? And then later on, it's, I bet he could slam it down in the bedroom. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what the hell is this? It'd be like 7 to 8 dudes talking like that. And who's his friend with the long hair that look like Keith Thurman? He looked like he could pipe it down too. And I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. One dude, I forgot what dude it was, but he had to disable the comments in the chat. The last thing he said on the page was, okay. And then he just disabled the chat. It was hilarious. But this is what we're having a debate with? These are the type of guys? No, thank you. Those are true stories. And I'm not lying. These guys talk about body parts way too much. So, back on topic. Mark Breland. It does sound like Dillian White, Asante. Yeah. Power bottom. Mark Breland can show AJ how to beat a southpaw because he did it twice with Deontay Wilder. Right? Because, you know, Deontay is ungrateful and he just fired Mark because Mark is just this prince of a person. He's such a wonderful guy, and he got a raw deal. But you know what? He got a raw deal. Y'all need to hit up Drizzy Breeze. Salute. Y'all need to hit up AJ right now. Mark Breland's available. He ain't doing nothing. He's somewhere in West Bubblefuck USA. I heard he's training somebody, but whatever. Get him on the team. And that'll make a great story. What if he gets him on the team and the next fight he stops Usyk? I don't know if there's a rematch clause there. Probably not. Because I would want to see a trilogy, but we won't get that. He'll be like three time, and then he'll just lollygag around and fight about 2 or 3 more fights that he knows he'll win. He'll rematch Dillian White probably, and trust me when I tell you, Fury's not going to be around. And we'll deal with the politics and bullshit, you know. Mr. Punch Out, salute. My brother FBA 7B1 in the building. And that super chat, much love and appreciation. Just a salute. Support our own media. Like, subscribe, break a little bread, lay off the Breland. Lay off that Breland brew. Man, listen. Listen, man. He was perfect, right? Deontay did him dirty, right? Right? Listen, I'm now making the case for Mark Breland. I'm making the case for him. He's a better coach than McCracken. You know why? Deontay beat and stopped King Kong Ortiz twice. Who's King Kong Ortiz? Oh man Ortiz. Oh man Ortiz. Well, he's just as old as Alexander Povetkin, who slept Dillian White. He was AJ's mandatory. Did that fight ever happen? No, we know why. See, the people in the industry, y'all not stupid. The fans may behave stupid. They may say stupid things to justify what they're saying. But here's the facts. Old man, people say, oh, we don't know how old he really is. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. If he was old, he was a name, he was dangerous, and if he was really not a threat, somebody other than Deontay would have fought him and got him out of there. Why haven't anybody done that yet? I mean, think about the people you're celebrating. Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Povetkin. How the hell did Povetkin get a shot at AJ before Ortiz did? In what universe did that make sense? Come on, man. The haters and detractors, I keep telling y'all, man, your day's been numbered with this AJ situation. We've seen it before. And it was no disrespect to him. It was no disrespect to him. We just knew what it was. Marketing scheme. And I'm going to tell you something else. The UK trolls that jump in our chats and talk all reckless. Yeah, that's right. Carlos Tockham. Salute to you, Raymond. They know what it is because there's other UK fans that say, look, all jokes aside, we're going to root for AJ, but we see things. Look, they'll tell you that they saw this day coming. I picked Usyk. The sensei, Stormy Beatman, picked Usyk. Bottom line, Usyk knows how to win. Yeah, George Foreman talking about, yo, was he scared to pull the trigger? You got other people on, man, I'm not on Twitter, but people send me everything. Smash the like button. People send me everything. I read with these people that were just blowing him for the last 2-3 years. You want to talk about abandoned ship? And like I said, bro, Shepherd King, yeah, I did. We're going to talk about that in a second. Oh, yeah, Alex, yeah. He got a gold medal because he got robbed. They robbed a dude he fought. Come on, man. This guy was built. He wasn't made. Deontay Wilder was made. He made himself. The whole time he was moving up the ranks, everybody was talking about what he couldn't do and what he's not going to do. A few years, 10 title defenses, and a few $1 million later, y'all still talking reckless about the guy? Can he do no right? Has anybody in old media ever said congratulations to Deontay at all? Did they ever invite him to go sit down at ESPN and say, man, good to see you, man. You're doing great. No, they sit down there and bombard. I don't even, has he ever been on ESPN? I don't recall. I know AJ was there. AJ was there justifying why him and Wilder's not happening. And y'all swear to God that was his fault. Well, you know what I say. Time reveals all truth. Brooklyn born, salute, fam. Time reveals all truth. I told you, man. I said, you know what? I don't think this fight is going to happen. By the time, see, fights like this, when it do happen, no one's going to care. And you already know who's going to win. I'll give you an example of that. I got tons of examples. I remember the night that Bernard Hopkins beat up Felix Trinidad. Sorry, Thomas. I got to talk about this. That fight got pushed back about 2 weeks because it was supposed to happen on the weekend that September 11th happened. But obviously they couldn't have it. They pushed it back a couple of weeks. Amujal, salute. And the hype said Tito was going to win, but I knew better. I said, no, he's not going to win. In fact, don't be surprised if he gets knocked out. You know how that went. Boricua! I'm like, all right, root for your guy, but I'm telling you, if it's all about boxing, listen to me. Tito's not winning that fight. And Tito tried to cheat that night. Thomas, shut up, man. By the way, Brother Nas caught him trying to do some funky stuff with his gloves that night. Let's not talk about that. Tito loses. But you know what was interesting? That night in the rafters, big old banner, long banner that said, Roy Jones Jr., you're next. Y'all remember that? They didn't even leave with that. Steel sharpen steels in the building. Salute. And the best part about that was that banner, the fans that came in with that banner, they didn't bring it with them. They just left it on the floor. Carriage before the horse. I told people that, I was telling people in the gym, I said, yo, please don't bet on Tito. This is going to be the hardest fight of his life, and y'all going to be thoroughly shocked. Now, the way B-Hop won the fight, I didn't see him outboxing Tito. What I thought was, if y'all remember, that was a tournament, and I thought he was just going to run in there and out-muscle Felix and throw him around the ring and kick him and headbutt him and bite him, elbow him, and just treat him like a 21-year-old fighting a 15-year-old. But he didn't do that. He outboxed him. Right hands all day, and eventually knocked Tito out. Perfect performance by B-Hop. Perfect performance behind the scenes by Brother Nas. And there went the Roy Jones, because if he beats Bernard that night, the Roy Jones Jr. fight was immediately next. But he blew it. Dave Jack in the building, salute. He blew it. When do we get the fight? After Roy loses a couple of times, after Tito loses the Winky right. You know what I'm saying? No one cared. Yeah, Joppy got cheated. He damn sure did. We got the fight, and it still turned out like how there was people still telling me, Alan, salute. There was still people telling me that Tito is gonna knock out Roy. And I said, yo, listen, I know Roy has had some trouble. Tito's not beating him. Y'all gonna see. Knock Tito down twice. I'm like, man, come on, man. Come on. Y'all must have forgot. But that fight was supposed to happen. But you know what? I'll say this. The business didn't get in the way of that fight. The fans didn't get in the way of that fight. Tito just messed around and lost and blew it. All right? Juanma Lopez versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. That was a buildup. I wanted to see that. And then, Orlando Salido happened to Juanma. Twice, man. I was like, damn. Alan asked me, do I think anything fishy happened in the AJ fight? I watched it 3 times. I didn't see anything fishy. AJ didn't look drugged. Mac of the South, salute. He didn't look drugged. The gloves looked fine. He wasn't complaining about, why do I feel this way? I didn't see anything. I just saw him get outclassed. If you see something that I miss, let me know. I watched it 3 times. I didn't see any funny stuff. And in this atmosphere, if a fighter felt funny or whatever, at this point, now is the time for them to speak up because of the atmosphere of boxing. Boxing, please. So fighters can't keep quiet about things like that anymore, especially, they know. So from what I've seen, Usyk won clean, boss. From what I've seen, Usyk won clean. Now, the AJ versus Wilder fight, there's no intrigue about that anymore. Fred Hampton, salute. The intrigue is gone. I knew, JC, salute, that AJ gets slaughtered by Deontay fast. Which is why he never took the fight, which is why AJ never took the Ortiz fight. But Mike 202, salute. But you see, if they fight now, even the UK fans, I'm talking about the people that run around with this unconditional love for Stefan Zen, salute, with the unconditional love for AJ, they know what'll happen. And if the fight happens, AJ is going to get knocked out, and they're going to be like, well, I knew it. The dude just told Eddie Hearn, AJ no good. There's people running around the UK that knows that this is a game. They know. But there's hope. The hope is named Mark Breland. That's the hope. Mark Breland can save AJ. Hey, wait a minute. I'm not wishing bad on AJ, right? I'm not wishing bad on him. This is justice, right? He got a raw deal, right? Mark Breland got a raw deal. Did he not? That's what y'all told us. Justice for Mark Breland. This is a perfect story. Check this out. AJ hires Mark Breland. Gets in a rematch with Usyk. Knocks Usyk out. Now he's three-time. Right? Wilder knocks out Fury. Two scenarios. Wilder knocks out Fury. Now they have undisputed. AJ beats Deontay with Mark Breland in the corner. And y'all can laugh at us all you want. You could troll us because y'all are weird like that. Or Fury beats Deontay and AJ with Breland fights Fury 2 times and beats him 2 times. Undisputed. Don't y'all want that? AJ winning everything and with Mark Breland in the corner as the final FU to us. Y'all don't want that? I'm giving y'all options. Salute to Big Unc Drake Finest. He said Drew Wilder will seriously hurt AJ. You dig? No doubt, he will. But we're talking about fantasy here. I'm trying to boost their ego right now. You dig? I'm helping the UK out right now. Hire Mark Breland. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. Yeah, I know Wilder will hurt AJ. But I'm trying to wave the pom-poms now for them. Justice for Mark Breland, right? Hire him. Go ahead. Because, here's my case. Mark Breland can train AJ how to fight a southpaw. Because it's obvious that McCracken couldn't get it cracking. Release the Kraken. Remember the Kraken? The water beast? McCracken couldn't get it cracking. Because every time I looked, AJ was getting cracked. Left hand. My eye. Did that not happen? You might not like the packaging, but it happened. I'm talking to the trolls now. You might not like the packaging, but it happened. But Drew Titan is providing you with an option. You showed up in all of and especially in BFTB's chat. Justice for Mark Breland, right? This is justice. Here they done ran over to y'all and spilled the beans, right? He spilled the beans. Deontay, he don't jump rope. What? He don't hit the bag. What? That's not accurate. I was like, okay. All right. That's what you want to say now? All right. He don't listen. Okay. Unscripted virtuoso, salute. He don't listen. But you stuck around there for the better part of a decade and collected a check. I would think your integrity as a trainer would prohibit you to stay around and collect a check while your reputation is on the line, because for the better part of a decade, people were talking about what a horrible trainer you must be because this guy's just throwing wild punches and not listening to you. We were defending Mark Breland all that time. All of that time, we were defending 986 degrees, salute. We were defending Mark all that time. Our stance was, y'all talking all this crap. Meanwhile, this man has the highest KO ratio in the sport. Deontay Wilder ain't shit. Boom, KO. Oh, he can't box. Boom, KO. Oh, Ortiz gonna beat him. Boom, KO. Oh, he'll get him next time. Boom, KO. Leave Mark alone. That's what we were saying. And then all this stuff happens, and then we learn things. We actually, y'all remember who I talked to? Shout out to, Tay Jones in the chat right now, right? The camp is listening right now, right? So when we tell you we know things, Case Nasty, salute. We know things, and we say, yo, look, don't feel too bad for Mark because this is what was happening. This, and that's what led to this. We're like, ooh. Didn't know that, but now we know. You see, ESPN don't know because they were too busy talking negative, lying, little lies, telling the world D went to the hospital. Tay get a phone call, yo, how's D? Y'all in the hospital? No, we still in the building. We ain't in the hospital. Where'd you hear that? ESPN. Hey, man. Hey, man. So when D puts on headphones and says, you know what? I'm being selective about who I talk to because a lot of the guys I was talking reckless about me have my damn phone number. They could have called me to ask me how I'm feeling. I don't talk and they assume I'm depressed. I'm like, he's depressed. I go to Instagram, he's scuba diving, smiling with family. I'm like, oh, I want to be depressed like that. They got to lie, and this is American media doing this. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Is this the last of the great black hope? Sean Porter sitting there. I'm like, oh, this is what this was the whole time. Okay. See, there comes a point in time where you got to be silent and let the universe work. No other boxer that I know of could take this amount of pressure. No other person. Y'all heard Glasses Malone. I said, yo, look, the man got cheated. What did he tell me? I don't give a fuck. That's what he said. And he told me, y'all saw it, he told me that if what we're alleging happened to Deontay, that if it happened to him or any one of his brothers or whatever, he would handle it basically on a street level. And I said, well, Glasses, you're a street dude. I am not. I am not. See, that was the disconnect. And I get it. I get it. But I said, Glasses, this is sport. He wants to handle it in the ring. And that was the whole disconnect. He would have handled it different if that was him fighting and he found out that this guy did some stuff to his gloves and poisoned in the water. I believe that he would have had Fury handled because that's how he gets down. That's what the disconnect was. That's why he kept saying, I don't give a F. I get it. I get it. I just handled it different. D handled it the way I'm thinking I'm handling it. Okay, this guy cheated. Okay, you know what? I want it in blood because the guy can't beat me. But if that was Glasses, sure, he probably wouldn't have made it out of Vegas. Hey, man, look, you can't tell, and I'll say this, in Glasses' defense, you can't tell people how to react. Some people can turn the other cheek. Like, what would Jesus do? I'm going to turn the other cheek. Whatever. Some people will do what D's doing. Like, yo, he did what? I was what? No wonder I felt like this. No wonder that glove looked like that. Okay, you know what? I got you. Don't worry, I got a rematch. I'm good. What? He's trying to get out the contract? And then he spoke. And then what did American media do? They didn't talk about how this guy has a history of cheating and has no license to fight in his own country. And hey, man, why are you trying to fight AJ for undisputed when you have a contract with Deontay Wilder? Don't you want to get that out the way instead of defending the American champion? They shit all over Deontay like he was in the way of something. I said, oh, man. Wow. They put Stephen A. Snitch on Front Street. Step aside. That's how it's done. No, that's how you work things. So with all of that happening, a guy like Glasses Malone couldn't handle all of that media and pressure. He just started busting shots and got himself in more trouble. But that's a street mentality. You can't deprogram that. That's how he was raised. You can't just cut that off. So when you see that interview with me and that conversation, Pompey Fight Nation salute. When you see that conversation that me and Glasses had, That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the disconnect. He would handle it different from how these handle it, from how I would handle it. I'm not a thug. I don't want to go to jail. I know what's in there. Where a guy like Glasses Malone doesn't mind going to jail. Obviously. Come on, man. Yeah, I know Kenny Peeps. He was biased because, you know, again, he don't like Deontay for whatever reason. You know, but that's another thing. That's another thing. I'm gonna try and get him on the show before Ryan Pompey. So I'm gonna try and get him on the show before fight time, you know, so we can have a talk. That ought to be fun. Andrew Charles, salute. You know, there was never any beef. You know, we just you know, just two men having a disagreement and a conversation. You know, that's my brother. I love him. You know, and I hope he's well. But I'm gonna try and get him on the show before we head to Vegas. That should be dope. But yeah, man. Justice for Mark Breland, indeed. One thing we can say that Mark Breland was there. Now watch this. Who has a better resume? Now I'm asking the question because I don't know. Who has a better resume as a professional as far as training champions? McCracken or Breland? Ramel Lane, salute. What has McCracken done? Joe Hart, salute to you, brother. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Copper, what up, man? Good to see you, Joe. Much appreciated. Because I haven't, L-Dub, what's up? I haven't, like, you know, paid attention to McCracken, but I know the name. All right, McCracken had Carl Froch. Okay, Carl Froch is a durable. I like Carl Froch. Durable guy, man. So Dazzle Urbanite says Breland has a better professional coach resume. Because I don't know. What else has McCracken done? So Carl Froch, that's really good. Woke, what up? Carl Froch is serious business. Release the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Yeah, release the Kraken. That's what I should have called this, right? Release the Kraken. Release McCracken. Release the Kraken. I'm going to get that sound bite. Release the Kraken. Yeah. You need to release the Kraken and bring in Mark Breland so you can get it cracking. Ray Charles says McCracken has made AJ soft. Probably. Said McCracken has a better resume because Breland had D. McCracken has a better professional coaching career. Breland had the better pro boxing career. Okay. All right. So now it's time for and L-Dub knows what he's talking about. Mr. P. Depps, yes, sir. So now it's time for AJ to make some changes. Because apparently what they did, and if you go look at the interview that McCracken does after with Radio Raccoon, I didn't hear anything that he said that it sounded like he was putting it, Felix Nunez, salute. It sounded like he was putting it more on AJ. It wasn't his night. I just watched it once. I got to rewatch it again. Tom, what up? That's what it sounded like, man. It sounded like he was pretty much putting it on AJ. Vladimir's dad, salute. Yeah, smash the like button. He was putting it on AJ. That's what it sounded like. I got to go listen to it again. But justice for Mark Breland, indeed. Mark Breland, what he can say is, look, I had one of the best heavyweights in the world, beat the most dangerous southpaw in the heavyweight division in King Kong Ortiz, twice. So that's what I can bring to AJ. Now, here's the thing. Can AJ execute? We know D can, but can AJ execute against the southpaw? Mike 202 says no instructions were given in the corner. I didn't hear. If y'all was listening to it, listen, obviously, if he was giving them instructions and he wasn't listening, if there was instructions on how to avoid the left hand, AJ wasn't listening. If he was following instructions and getting hit with the left hand, then whatever McCracken was saying wasn't working at all. There was no adjustments. And he almost got knocked out like 3 times in the fight. And what the hell was going on in the 12th round when he was on the ropes? That shit said 9 seconds, and then the bell rang. Bro, and shout out to Boxing Ego, because he caught that. It said 9 seconds. Phenomenal Mexican said the first round, AJ was standing right in the middle trying to land it. Yeah, it looked wrong. He didn't fight tall. You'd have thought they were the same height. Now, let me talk about this. What excuses are we going to go with AJ for this loss? I know, C99, salute. I think AJ got too many yes men around him. Yeah, I think he got too many yes men around him. Nobody around him is telling him the truth. They don't have his best interest in mind. His mind's on other things. You know, he shrunk up for this fight. He should have came in at 260, but I don't think he trained really hard. Blah, 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 blah. Sound familiar? Fahim, salute. Yeah, his robe was too heavy. You know, JB, what up? He came into the wrong music. You know, he cursed himself with the Muhammad Ali outfit. Oz I, exactly. Jay Dixon, salute. Look, what D went through with Ortiz, AJ lays on the floor. He lays on the floor. D-Man Jr., salute, fam. Ronald Haskins, salute. Sadiq Brown, what up, what up? So I think he got too many yes men around him. Yeah, I think he's going through a bit of a depression. That's right, Kane the bad guy. There's going to be some depression there. Pablo Escobar, salute. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Those people in this camp, they just too busy. Brilliant, AJ. That's how you take a war hand to the face. Left hook to the solar plexus. Brilliant. That's how you're supposed to take it. Yeah. Too many yes men. Too many Under Armour film photo shoots. Too many. Way too many. Make a decision. Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Eric Holt, salute. Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Do you want to be an underwear model? Or do you want to be a boxer? They already say you got a better body. Won't you try twerking? Huh? You got a lot of people over there, men, that want to see that. Ain't that right, Johnny Nelson? I mean, I think AJ, he's even a better twerker than Deontay. He's a better twerker. Yeah, all right, banana splits. So AJ got a lot going on. I think he's depressed right now. He's the face of depression right now. I think his career's on the ropes. I think his next fight, if it's against Usyk, which I think is contractually obligated to Usyk. In fact, Eddie Hearn said they're going right into it. he cannot go into it without changing. He can't do it. You can't change a coach. Coach can't, like, a coach is like a zebra. You can't change his stripes, man. So he needs to add something. Mark Breland is the perfect addition to AJ because Mark Breland taught Deontay Wilder how to beat a southpaw that is a hell of a lot bigger than Alexander Usyk. Where's the lie? D beat him twice, stopped him twice. Who's more dangerous, Ortiz or Usyk? If it was Ortiz in that ring Saturday night, AJ would have had more than his eye broke. I mean, that would have been a fatality of Mortal Kombat proportions. It'd have been ugly. You remember Johnny Cage with punching the head off? Remember that? Yeah, that type of stuff. You remember how they slow it down and they show the bone shatter? Yeah. So, yeah. Justice for Mark Breland. AJ, hire Mark. UK fans, y'all should be pushing for this. I just laid the storyline out for you. Breland goes to AJ. AJ gets his revenge on Usyk. Then he can go for undisputed against Deontay. And then he could beat Deontay. Wink, wink. He could beat him with Breland in his corner. Hey, man. That is of movie proportions. That is so Hollywood, man. Right? Hey, man. Justice for Mark Breland. Hire the man. Come on, AJ. Mark Breland. Justice for Mark Breland. Hire the man. Why not? McCracken was there for 2 of your L's. Apparently, he needs some help. How you got off on Andy Ruiz? That's not going to happen with Usyk. Usyk is going to come in better shape. Usyk's going to come in better shape. He looked good Saturday. Everyone was saying, yo, he's going to run out of gas. No, he ain't going to run out of gas before AJ run out of gas. Come on now. Justice for Mark Breland. AJ, hire the man. I dare you. Hire the man. Prove yourself right by saying Breland's a quality guy and D shouldn't have got rid of him. Go in there, learn how to fight a southpaw, beat Usyk, and then wait for the winner between Wilder and Fury, which is going to be Deontay, and then take Breland because Breland knows everything about Deontay, right? That is going to help you against Deontay. You need to hire Mark Breland, AJ. Justice for Mark Breland. Indeed. Indeed. Hire the man. There's no reason for it now. Hi, trolls. Weirdos.
They no good.
Salute to my brother FBA 7B1 and that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said, rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on Breland juice, laid back. No doubt. Hey, man, justice for Mark Breland. Y'all better go ahead and hire that man. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this doesn't make any sense. Go ahead and hire that man. Eddie frustrated too. Y'all go ahead and hire Mark Breland because he can show you how to be the southpaw. Because he took the worst heavyweight in the world, but he beat King Kong Ortiz twice, who's the most dangerous southpaw in the division. Why? None of y'all fought him. AJ, this is in your best interest, man. Justice for Mark Breland! Indeed. And on that note, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. The general's on, y'all. But you know, we're going to rock and roll all the way up to fight week with my brother Specific Volume. Y'all go like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
My time is coming, but the ones that hate just don't know it yet. They gon' beg and cry, cause I will not forgive them, and now they regret. But the damage is done with your name on the hit list. It's time for revenge. I done told you, I warned you too many times, but you can't comprehend. With this black fist of mine, ain't no way to prepare for it. Knock you out, the Yo Bomb Squad, the world know it. I speak it, believe it, receive it, so what more can I say? I've been knocking cowards out to this day. They call it the right hand of God. They know what the damage it do. I speak it, believe it, receive it. Not only talking, I'll be showing the proof. But still they deny I'm the best. Everyone I fought, I put them to rest. How many fighters do I have to run through in order for you to admit I'm the best? All they doing, throwing dirt on my name. Own con, trying to put me to shame. All I ever did was speak up and show my love. Pray my people will use their brain. Drug me and cheat. It don't matter cause I'm back on my feet. Back in the gym to turn up that heat. Damn devil gon' get put to sleep. He's done. Sick of the racist acts. Why the media keep ignoring facts? I represent this country as a champ to want me cause my spirit's strong. Plus I am black. Y'all know what I mean when I say this country ain't fair to this day. Don't matter who's next, they hitting the ground. I promise that I'm here to stay. They can't ignore me for long. Bomb Squad, we coming strong. How the hell did it take this long for y'all to know the shit that Fury was on? He must have been paying y'all good to hush and keep all this shit on the low. But I won't back down or stay on the ground, and that I think you all know. My time is coming, but the ones that hate just don't know it yet. They don't know it yet. They gon' beg and cry, cause I will not forgive them, and now they regret. Oh no. But the damage is done with your name on the hit list. It's time for revenge. Oh no. I done told you, I warned you too many times, but you can't comprehend. With this black fist of mine, ain't no way to prepare for it. Knock you out, the Yo Bomb Squad, the world know it. I speak it, believe it, receive it, so what more can I say? What can I say? I've been knocking cowards out to this day.
I have a lot of people around me, positive energy, positive speaking, positive believing. Until that energy is broken. And then there's consequences behind that action.
You said that your people have been fighting for 400 years.
And your people too. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too. Go look up the history. Shit, ain't don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.